Southern California just watched a nightmare get ripped out of the shadows. An ISIS supporter arrested with a homemade bomb in his home. And minutes later, ICE swarmed a Los Angeles Home Depot, dragging out people while Gavin Newsom and Karen Bass seemingly acted like they were too powerless to stop it. Now, this isn't random. This is a chain reaction. And if you still think ICE is just about immigration, you're about to find out why that lie has been keeping you and me blind for years.
In Southern California, the feds were moving in to arrest a man on charges of supporting the terror group ISIS when they found what appears to be a homemade bomb in his home in Long Beach. Marianne Rafferty, live in Los Angeles with more on that story. Marianne.
Yeah, good afternoon, John. A shocking discovery as federal investigators were arresting a suspected ISIS operative, a homemade explosive device found inside his Long Beach, California home. According to federal authorities, the bomb was found during the arrest of a man accused of sending 12 electronic payments to ISIS and traveling overseas to fight for the terrorist group. FBI investigators say the suspect, Mark Lorenzo Villanueva, is charged with providing material support to a foreign terrorist organization. Villanueva is also accused of posting anti-America messages online, including an especially chilling one, "Honor to fight and die for our faith." Former acting ICE Director Jonathan Fahey telling Fox News, with 4 years of open borders before President Trump took office, federal agents are on the lookout for incidents like this one.
We know we had millions and millions of people not knowing what their motivations were, if they were here to harm us, how they were here to harm us, and they're all here and could harm us right now.
Now, the complaint against Villanueva includes an exchange with another ISIS fighter, which reads in part, Villanueva says, "My dear brother, are you a supporter of the Islamic State?" The unidentified suspect says, "Yes, I was an ISIS fighter. I was captured at 17 and released at the age of 30. Federal agents say their investigation unveiled social media messages and communications records, which all led to this arrest. And we'll be following this developing story and bring you any new details as we receive them.
So they tell you open borders is compassion, but compassion for who? Who exactly? Mark Lorenzo Villanueva, how nice his last name, wasn't just another neighbor trying to make it. This ain't that. Federal agents say he sent money to ISIS and was ready to fight for them. And yet the crowd still think there's a crowd of people who still think stopping people like this is racist. Let me tell you something, Team Think. What do you call it when you let anyone walk in unchecked and hope they're here for the right reasons? We don't call that compassion. That's gambling with your life, my life, and every kid's life in this country. And just when that news hit, ICE decided to show California they weren't here to negotiate nothing. Let's see, a Pinsky Truck, tactical team, rolling up at sunrise. Now, this wasn't theater. This was federal law slamming right into the middle of California sanctuary. Popo. Newsom and Bass, they can whine all they want, but the truth, they can't stop it. Why? Because sovereignty isn't something you ask for, it's something you enforce. Okay? And while agents were making arrests in LA, some people didn't wait for ICE to find them.
Well, I've made up my mind. I will be turning in my DACA and returning to Mexico. We came to America January 15th, 1996, so almost 30 years. I was a baby, so I have no memories of Mexico, but I think it's time for me to go back. Now, there is a lot of fears and wonderings and what ifs, but I do not want to be captive to this country anymore. I am a homeowner, I'm a teacher, and I'm currently in my master's program. So this is going to take several months to deconstruct 30 years of building a life here. So I graduated in May, and as a teacher, we work through May. So by June of 2026, I should be back in Mexico. So again, it's going to be a long process. It's going to take some time, but I have already started working towards that big change. And I'm not doing it out of fear or worry. I am choosing to be with family. I am choosing to be free. I am choosing to travel. And I am choosing to give the good that I have to the country where I come from.
Now, here's a man who's been here since he was a baby, turning in his DACA and going back to Mexico. He's a teacher, homeowner, a master's student. And he still says it's time to leave. I mean, think about that. No raid, no cuff, just a personal decision to pack up and go. How was he able to accomplish all that if he was illegal, though? A teacher? Meanwhile, we're told that no one will ever self-deport. Now, that's a lot, too. You know, because while some leave voluntarily, others, including elected officials, are fighting to make sure ICE can't do its job at all. An Arizona state senator, right here, publicly posting live ICE raid locations, not to protest in court, but to give targets a head start, basically. Give them a head start to run. That's obstruction dressed up as community defense. And there's, here's a real question. If an elected official can tip off criminals without fear, what do you think they'll do with laws meant to protect you? But ICE, unfortunately, they aren't just facing political enemies. The changes are hidden deep, deep inside the system.
We hired without warning. Two now former female federal immigration judges say their terminations are part of what they see as an obvious pattern.
We have seen that women and minorities have been disproportionately affected. This clearly raises serious concerns about transparency, fairness, and due process in our courts. I call for full transparency regarding our terminations.
Judge Carla Espinosa's termination email came as she sat on the bench in Chicago's immigration court July 11th. In the span of a few days, two more female colleagues got the same email from the Executive Office of Immigration Review, the division of the Department of Justice that oversees immigration courts.
I worry the EOIR has lost its mission.
The I-Team broke the story of Assistant Chief Judge Jennifer Payton's firing last month.
I'm really mostly worried about our country.
After years leading Chicago's immigration court, Judge Payton says the overburdened system she helped oversee is buckling.
Since January 2025, I've watched my professional colleagues and friends, over 100 of them, be either fired, resign, or transferred to other government jobs. Even more judges have simply quit. That leaves perhaps 600 immigration judges now, down from a high of a little over 700.
Judge Payton's ouster came weeks after a meeting with Illinois Senator Dick Durbin at the
immigration judges are being fired mid-hearing. My sis Judge Jan wrote, I'm more than okay with this. Yeah, man. You can, hear that. You can hear it as harsh, right? You can call it that, but maybe it's called cleaning house. Just maybe. If a judge doesn't respect the law they swore to uphold, they shouldn't be in their seat, right? Period, right? And while the left is too busy crying about court shakeups, ICE just dropped a different kind of ad that it's like a shot across the bow.
Well, as everybody knows, there's been a lot of controversy out in there on the interwebs with Sydney Sweeney and her advertisements for American Eagle. And, oh my God, I can't believe American Eagle chose a beautiful woman to advertise their jeans. Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's just good marketing. But in true Donald Trump administration fashion, ICE has put out a new video, and it is just absolutely chef's kiss.
Patrol unit has great jeans. Jeans that can stand up to the most rugged of rides. It's not just what we wear every day, it's in our DNA.
That was absolutely badass. It just shows they do not give a single fuck what the woke mob has to say about anything. And the trolling is just absolutely on point. I love it. I have never been more inspired to potentially throw on some Wranglers, some American Eagle jeans, I don't know, get down to the ICE employment agency and be like, hey, I wear jeans. I like arresting criminals. and I really want that $50,000 bonus y'all promised, so I'm here for it.
Right. Whew, I got to give a huge shout out to Terry. She's a wonderful member and somebody who's been very active, always, sending kind words, always messaging and sharing posts. So I got to give a shout out to you. She asked me very specifically, hey, can you do me a favor? I'm reading. Border Patrol has their own Sydney Sweeney clip. Can you squeeze it in one of your videos? I don't know if they play the music. Don't worry. I'll figure out a way to get the music out. I'll figure out a way. But, I mean, while American Eagle was getting dragged for woke ad campaigns, ICE rolled out a recruitment ad that looked like a John Wayne comeback. You know what I mean? You got horseback patrols, rugged, unapologetic. I mean, message received. We're not here to sell jeans. We're here to enforce the law. And if you thought enforcement was only aimed at race, I want you to really sit back and think again, because we were told ICE isn't deporting Caucasians.
Excuse me, sir, what country are you from?
From Republic of Georgia.
How did you get here?
Don't answer his question.
You don't know how you got here? What's your reaction to ICE detaining you now?
We can contact to let them know what's happened.
What's your reaction to being detained? Excuse me, sir, what country are you from? How'd you get here? Sir, what country are you from? Okay, country.
Georgia.
Where?
Georgia.
Georgia. How'd you get here? What's your reaction to being detained now? I'm sorry.
No tiene que responder
ninguna pregunta de ellos.
Go, please.
I didn't realize it was the second one.
Now, it's the reason why I provided it in that context, because we're always told that, just over and over, we're always told that ICE is only arresting people of color, that enforcement is racially targeting people. We get it on a regular. This is fed to us every single day, and this clip destroys that narrative in seconds. Vanished. These detainees, Caucasian, and yet they're being questioned about their immigration status? Really? Wow. You know what? That makes me realize the law is about status, not color, not skin. This is the part that activists and media never amplify. They never do it. ICE doesn't care if you're brown, white, purple, blue. If you're here illegally or if you're violating the terms of your stay here, you're on their radar. That's just how it goes. It's called equal enforcement, and people out here trying to scream racism, bro. Like they don't want to admit it because it blows up their whole talking point. Now, ICE isn't just expanding who they go after; they're evolving how they go after them.
Yeah, what agency? What agency? I'm not gonna tell you. What agency are you with? What agency are you with? What agency are you with? It is my business. I am a citizen. Okay. Okay.
I could have sworn I heard him ask the guy in the car who's filming, why is he following him? Brewster, New York. ICE agents apparently dressed up as construction workers, grabbing illegal laborers. Deception, if this is true, yes. But let's be honest. Do you think traffickers or cartel runners walk around their logo across their chest or something like that? No. They ain't gonna walk around with no name tags. Thought y'all over having a brain fart. This is how you catch people who know how to hide. But then there's the moral debate.
No human is illegal on stolen land.
If no one is illegal on stolen land, then how is it stolen if no one was illegal? I tell you what, I will give you $1,000 McDonald's gift card if you can show me the documentation that showed that the settlers were illegal on this land per their government at the time. The thing that we can do now for all of the people entering without documentation.
If you think what's happening with them and what's happening to these families, to these people, is okay, and you are a part of that group, and you can sleep at night, you are an awful human.
I get it. Me and a majority of Americans are terrible human beings because we don't support criminals or criminal activities. But you heard her, fellas. Sounds like her house is open to you, because once you move in, she would be a terrible human being if she kicked you out.
We should feel so scared, and we should resist, and we should do whatever we can to stop these atrocities from happening.
Why haven't you sponsored a family? You could have done that a long time ago. You could do that right
now.
What's stopping you? You want to call everybody else a terrible human being, but what are you doing? I'm not going to actually do anything, but me complaining online signals to you all that I'm a virtuous person. You're just people trying to live and do their jobs. So are ICE agents. And if you try to stop them, like you just said in your video,
and we should resist, and
I hope you get arrested and put away for a long time.
Now, no illegal is, no human is illegal on stolen land. Okay, but if no one is illegal, how was it stolen? That was a question I wish I would have thought of. You can't have it both ways, though. That's what they don't want you to say out loud. It's not about history class. It's about accountability right now. Either we have a border or we don't. Either we have laws or we don't. And if you erase one, you erase the other. Same thing. This is the acceleration no one in power wants to admit is happening. From terrorist arrests to drone now raids. From self-deportations to political sabotage. The question isn't, whether ICE is back, if they leave. And the question is, how far would they go before the resistance cracks? I'm over here looking for my phone. I've been fidgeting this reaction. I've been kind of spaced out, so I apologize if my commentary kind of been, I've only been doing that because I don't have my phone. I gotta go ahead. I'm trying to give y'all some shout outs real quick. Hold on. Let me click on my last. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna click on my last video. We're not gonna watch me though. We're gonna go down. We're gonna go to shout out to the top comments. Let me go ahead and get some likes up there real quick. But let's go ahead. He should be deported. Take him on. I'm gonna get some new ones real quick. And let's shout out to Rick. I can't even say that. MCK, is it? 6349. I got no glasses and still can't see. Hold on. Let me see. Randy Love. You got X-Punk Pro. You got Angel. How do you say that? Moxley. You also have Chrissy Francis. You also have Kimberly Polk. Brenda Trimble. Herman Van Rans, I think. I'm sorry. I'll be butchering y'all names. I'll be trying though. I think it's the thought that counts, right? Look, y'all be safe. Go check out somebody today. You can quite literally be saving their life. Peace.